Hello, welcome everyone today. Please excuse my voice. I've been sick over the past week. But for those that don't know me, I want to introduce myself. I am your new HR director here at TSC. And today I want to talk about why we should introduce HR analytics into our organization. As I mentioned, today's objective is to introduce HR analytics to TSC, and this will help improve our work processes by providing data-driven information that will help us make informative decisions in retaining employees and increase productivity through employee health and wellness programs. Currently, some of the problem areas we are experiencing are employee separations and employee health, wellness, and welfare. As far as employee separations, according to Gallup, a polling and consulting group, it estimates that U.S. businesses are currently experiencing a cost of roughly $1 trillion in voluntary turnover. They also report that only 15% of employees are engaged and 51% are actively looking for work. Now, organizations have to measure and analyze these costs of employee turnover because the cost of hiring, training, and developing employees are now being viewed more as an investment and, determines the human capital of our organization. And all these costs of a turnover include separation cost, replacement cost, training costs, performance costs, which we'll go over a little more in detail in the next few slides. Now, employee health and wellness and welfare. These are going to determine our human capital as far as the effectiveness of the health and wellness that are currently being overlooked in the organization. Now, a lot of organizations experience high medical cost, and a lot of them experience decrease in engagement, and it is understood that turnover rates can be improved by increasing work engagement and wellness in the workplace. And in order for us to determine our work health programs that we currently provide and whether or not they're effective, we can use the cost effectiveness and the return on investment analysis to determine whether or not the programs that we currently use are beneficial or if we need to add other benefits for our employees. As I mentioned, we're going to go over turnover rate. So currently we are experiencing about 68% of turnover. So the way I got that number is that I took the number of turnover incidents per period, which is about 2.7, which rounded out is 2.8, divided by our average workforce size, which is 50, and multiplied that by 100%. And so I therefore got the total turnover rate of 68%. Now, like I said, in order to calculate that cost of turnover, this will help measure the total cost of separations and investments of our employees that are currently walking out the door. Now, our separation costs, our replacement costs, and our training costs all are included in the overall turnover cost. So our separation costs consist of any exit interviews that are conducted, any administrative functions that are related to the termination, such as deleting deleting the employee from payroll, from the employment personnel files, benefit files, to be any kind of separation in pay. 3, any unemployment tax, if applicable. Now, these will all determine our separation pay, total separation pay. And as far as our replacement cost, now that includes, communicating the job availability, any pre-employment administrative functions, interviews, any kind of testing that we conduct, staffing meetings, any travel or moving expenses, post-employment acquisitions, such as communicating the information, and any employment and medical exams. As far as our training costs, that's going to include our IT setup, new hire orientation, along with any informal or formal training programs that the new and hire will be introduced to, and an employee assignment, which gives us a measure of how that training program is being transferred from employee to job. On this slide, this shows you our current turnover rate, which is 68%, as we use the equation to determine that, as far as how many employees we're currently voluntary or involuntary leaving divided by our workforce, which is 50%, and we multiplied that by 100%, which entailed give us our year to date of 68%. And if you look at the next chart, it's just a little breakdown of month by month over the past 13 months, what percentage of employees we have had leave, and it gives you the column whether they've left voluntary or involuntary. On this slide will be our overall turnover cost. Unfortunately, it does not include performance differences between leavers and their replacements because we haven't currently replaced our employees that have left. And so under separation costs, you will see that our total cost is $127,804.20. Replacement cost is $32,932.46. And our training cost is $61,726.24, with a total cost of $222,462.90. So that's how much it's costing us for our turnover rates currently. So our solution for our turnover is to analyze our costs associated with employee separations. And so in order to analyze these costs, we have to be a little bit more observant of signs of decreased work productivity, negative attitudes coming from our employees, and employees leaving early or more frequently, and recognizing employees that are not being a team player. And so we can initiate or engage those employees in order to reduce our turnover cost. The next metric I want to talk to you about is our employee health, wellness, and welfare program. This is the workplace health model provided by the U.S. Department of Health and Services, and it is for us to improve workers' health habits or reduce employer payments for health insurance or health care. And so a few hallmarks of a successful wellness program is that programs are practical and accessible. The work environment is health conscious. Wellness is integrated into the company structure. Wellness is linked to existing support programs, and health screenings and educations are being offered. Now, a couple of ways to measure our cost of work health programs is that we can use a cost-effective analysis that identifies the cost of a producing unit of effect within a given program, or we can use a cost and reported benefits of EAPs. So those costs can benefit of EAPs can show us, as far as employee absence, performance, and life satisfaction. A recent wellness program survey determined that these were the top 5 objectives of a workplace health program, and that was to promote better health, improve cardiovascular fitness, reduce coronary risk factors, decrease healthcare costs, and improve employee relations. Now on this slide, I just gave a return of investment on work healthcare programs, which our ROI on our programs is going to be a total of $55,000. And as far as our EAP ROI with our total of 15 people currently utilizing that program, our net benefit is $607,537.10. Now again, today I just kind of want to summarize why we should implement HR analytics, because it's essential for enabling data-driven decision making within human resources of our organization. We should implement it because we can optimize talent management and improve overall organizational performance. And through HR analytics, our organization can collect, analyze data related to employee performance, engagement, productivity, and retention. And we can also identify any patterns, trends, make predictive analysis, and generate insight that can lead to more informed and strategic decisions. Our organization can begin to allocate resources more effectively, enhance employee satisfaction and well-being, reduce our turnover and its associated costs, and ultimately improve our organizational outcome.